Hey, my lovelies, I am here to talk books with you guys today. If you follow me on Twitter, you basically see I've been talking a lot about Thousand Autumns. It's this danmei novel that I am just like in love with. And book two, make sure I'm showing you guys the right one. Book two just came in the mail so I can start it. Yay! And I just finished book one like 24 to 48 hours ago, and it's been great. And I wanted to come and basically talk about it, gush about it, review, give my opinion, give my thoughts. I mean, who am I? But yeah, it's a really great book. I just want you guys to look at that cover first. It's gorgeous. Not only is the cover gorgeous, it's got these inserts where they're actual pictures sort of as you go through past all the words, all the many words. So not only is it just a very entertaining read, it's got art that you can ogle. I've read if you've been following my channel or just me in general, you kind of know like I've been all about the danmei and the BL, especially since the Untamed. The Untamed definitely opened me up to like the wider world of like Shanxia and cultivation and all of that. And I've been loving it because it takes everything that I love, which is like history and unique characters, out of the box characters, non-traditional characters, and all these different roles and fantasy. It just takes everything and just makes it flourish in my eyes anyway. I love it. So what is it that I love about this book so much? Well, first, author Meng Xi Shi. I love the characters. I love the world building. So I'll just start with what is the story? What is the story of Thousand Autumns? It is the story of Shen Qiao, who is this martial arts expert, Taoist sect. His specific sect, they have basically secluded themselves away from human shenanigans and, intermingling and all of that. And Wushi is the grand master of a demonic sect. So that's like our two main guys. That's Wushi, and that is Shen Qiao. And I first found out about this through Billy. Yes, I saw the anime, and I just love, like, I get my life to Wushi in the donghua because he just wears like nothing but V-necks that like come up to here, so it's nothing but chest. Just chest for days, and I love it, and it's so dramatic. And I'm gonna insert some of his pictures just so you guys can understand how much I think like Shen Qiao like is gonna get his life. I have not finished the series. Finished volume 1. I'm going to be starting volume 2, but again, I just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on it. So you've got our boy Shen Qiao. There he is. Just he looks like, I feel like he looks very solemn. So there's Shen Qiao. He's challenged to a duel. And he gets his behind beat, which is wild because he's basically like the number one to the sect now. He's taking over for his master. Right before he's about to take over for his master, some Go Turk guy, basically I would say like basically like Mongolian type folks, like horse riders, challenges him to a duel. He gets his ass handed to him in said duel to the point of almost dying, and he is flung off a cliff. There's always a cliff, you guys know this. And Wushi is the one who finds him. And Wushi is the kind of person who, I am part-time. He is an asshole. He is very cynical. Like, I do it part-time. He does it full-time and some overtime mixed in. He is a cynic. He does not believe in anyone, anything. He thinks people will always make the most self-interested and selfish decisions, the decisions for them and not for the greater good. So when he meets Shen Qiao on the road, like passed out near death's door, he's like, you know what? I'm bored.
若我将昔日道貌岸然、宅心仁厚的玄都山掌教，慢慢调教成世人眼中不择手段的魔门弟子，这个过程不是一件很有趣的事吗？
可是他醒来成了个傻子呢？
那就随便找个地方活埋了吧。
I'm gonna like try and make sure this guy doesn't die, and in the process ruin who he is at his very foundation and core. So he decides, you know, I'm going to take away everything that he holds dear, and like I'm gonna prove people are terrible. And that's not Shen Qiao. And that's what I love about this novel, because Shen Qiao is a very peaceful guy. He is very introspective. When he comes out of death's door, he's basically blind. Very weak, no powers. Like, again, this is a guy who has basically lost face in front of his sect. And from that point on, I wonder if I should put this there. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. So from that point on, he kind of becomes a companion to Yan Wushi. I put that book down, and now my hands are doing all of this. He becomes a companion along with Yan Wushi, because they basically encounter some shenanigans. I love how I use shenanigans for problems, but some problems come about because of Yan Wushi's behind. So the larger story of the book is about, it's a lot more political intrigue, especially because it kind of takes place in the Warring States era. So a lot of, you could kind of say local fiefdoms, not centralized power. This is a topic I'm actually covering on my history podcast, so check that out. I would say this story is so vividly written, especially its martial arts scenes, the real life historical figures it draws into the world, the philosophies it incorporates, how it assigns the different philosophies of the time to the different sects, from Confucianism, Taoism, what's the third one that I'm thinking of? Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. And this is also expressed in the fighting martial arts styles of the different sects, and also the personalities of our characters, especially our main characters. So I've already sort of told you guys, Yan Wushi is the sexy, chesty guy who believes the worst in humanity and feels like people are self-interested. Well, in that sense, Shen Qiao is basically the opposite of that. Not to say that he's that guy who's looking for the good in people, but he does believe there is good in the world. He's not like that dumb guy. He's not a Ned Stark. He is logical, but he's not a grouch. Like Yan Wushi. And Yan Wushi, another thing I love and hate about him, he is such a troll. He is a negger. He is a gaslighter. And I'm gonna say negger again. So you guys know neg? He negs a lot. I was just like, I hope people don't misconstrue what I just said. If I said that, you would know. But yeah, he negs Shen Qiao a lot. But Shen Qiao just knows who he is amongst all the shenanigans happening around him. Now, of course, while this is, 300 and something pages, like every great BL out there, the majority of it is not BL. It's not boy love. It's not danmei. It is the world at hand. It is the court politics, the martial arts sex, the fighting, the creepy stuff, the creepy monsters that come out, the level ups of our characters. It's all of that. But it's also about two pretty boys who are going to end up in love. Duh. Even if that's like 10% handled, it's still such a good read because we meet so many different characters along the way. But at the end of the day, like, we all expect, like, they're gonna get together. Like, you can't make two pretty boys be this pretty and not tell me they're not gonna kiss by the end of it. We will have words. And there's one, there we go. This scene is actually pretty brutal because here it kind of looks sexy, or maybe it just looks sexy to me because I have issues. But like, this scene is pretty brutal because he is hurting him for real. I'll just read a piece of it. So I'm going to read a little bit of what's actually taking place in this scene. The force behind Yan Wushi's fingers grew and grew, digging into Shen Qiao's chin until red marks bloomed. They'd probably bruise the next day, but that wasn't why Shen Qiao was suffering. It was those demonic words pouring into his ears over and over. He couldn't escape them, couldn't avoid them. He clenched his teeth hard, and though he'd already lost consciousness, a thread of his subconscious seemed to bind him firmly, preventing him from saying yes. The moment he said yes, he would begin to lose his conscience. Why not agree, Yan Wushi coaxed. It's only a single word. Just say it and I'll do anything for you. I don't want to become that kind of person. Even if it must be done, I should be the one to do it. Become what kind of a person? What's wrong with taking an eye for an eye? If you want to kill someone, then kill them. Besides, they betrayed you first. You don't owe them anything. Shen Qiao shook his head. A fresh trickle of blood seeped from the corner of his mouth, and the expression on his face grew more and more pained. Any ordinary person would have succumbed to such torture by now, but he refused to speak. Some people were unaware of the evil in the world and gave their kindness indiscriminately. In the end, all it did was exhaust them and others both. But there were some people who did see through the evil, and that insight was precisely why they refused to change, why they carried on being gentle and tender-hearted. But it was human nature to be evil. Could someone really withstand hundreds upon thousands of trials and hardships and still not change their mind? Yan Wushi chuckled quietly, then wiped the blood away from Shen Qiao's mouth. Sweeping his hand beneath Shen Qiao's arm, he lifted him up off the ground and headed into town. I mean, I feel like that passage just spoke for me. Like, I love this author. It's just excellent writing, and I cannot wait to read book one, read book two and finish book two and rewatch the danmei, the donghua, and talk about it more online. If you are a fan, like this video. This is why I really love this book and why I wanted to come share this book with you guys in this video. Keyword video. Recently my laptop has just gone down. I'm going to have to buy a new laptop. It's been a great laptop since 2016, but I have recorded hundreds of podcast episodes and recorded tens of videos, and it is time. So I would really appreciate if you guys appreciate what you see. If you like what you see, what I do here on this channel, please donate through the PayPal link. I would really appreciate that. All of that said, I hope I've sort of piqued your interest in reading Thousand Autumns. I love this book cover. Just look how pretty book two's cover is. It's just, he's like holding his hand, like just like something like that. And just, there's so injustices. I just love it. I love it. It gives me life. It gives me life. But I'm going to wrap it up here. There are great philosophical conversations to be had through this book. So many discussions that come up in my head when I'm reading, and I would love to continue to engage with you guys. So we could even do maybe like a YouTube live. Let me know. But yes, it's been a great read. I've had a great time talking with you guys. Give this video a like if you've liked it, and please share it with your friends as well. Bye.